I'm Emily.
My name is Jillian.
And you're watching Eagle News.
Good morning, Eagles, and welcome back to episode 110 of Eagle News.
Today is Friday, March 6th, and make sure to celebrate National Frozen Food Day and enjoy a nice bowl of ice cream when you get home.
My name is Addie.
And my name is Charlotte.
Here are today's headlines. Make sure that if there's anything going on in your classroom to let Eagle News know so we can come out and cover what our amazing students are up to.
The Hyatt's Film Festival and Mr. Meta are looking for sponsors for the show and Eagle News program.
For more information about sponsorships, go see Mr. Meta. Hey Charlotte, is there anything going on this weekend?
Yeah, there's a famous cellist named Joshua Roman coming to town, and he will be performing his cello concerto in the Ohio Theater.
The Peking Acrobats are also in town this weekend performing in the Southern Theater. Make sure to buy some tickets.
Also make sure to check out Lego Mania. There's a 2-day pop-up bar where there are Lego building competitions and a table tennis tournament.
And that's a few things going on around Columbus this weekend. Now let's go see what Brooke, Kaylin, KK, and Kenzie are up to in this week's Word of the Week.
Roll it!
I'm Brooke with Eagle News, and welcome back to another episode of Word of the Week. This week's word is mephitic.
Mephitic means harmful and poisonous.
Mephitic also means a foul smell.
M E P H I T I C.
The snake's venom was very mephitic.
The perfume didn't give off a mephitic smell. The people walking out of the gym gave off a mephitic odor.
The tornado created a very mephitic situation.
The trash can is very mephitic.
The cloud of mephitic vapors lingered above our heads. The burning trash produced a mephitic odor that was extremely foul.
I'm Kenzie with Eagle News. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Word of the Week. Try to stay out of mephitic situations. Bye.
You know what, Charlotte? I think learning new vocabulary words is one of the best parts of my Friday.
Me too, Addie. Sorry.
That's mine, girls. My 2 favorite words.
Here are some headlines. All Inklings writing contest submissions are due to Leslie Wolf at olsd.us today at 2:45 p.m.
Our next video today is an episode of Precious Pets by Emily, Dakota, and I. But before we play this week's episode, don't forget to check out the Hyatt's Facebook page to get your pets on future episodes of Precious Pets.
All right, now let's get into it.
Welcome back to another episode of Precious Pets. First up is 8th grader Isabel and 7th grader Madeline's dog, Bear. Bear is a Woodle, a Wheaten Terrier, and a Poodle mix. He is 3 years old and loves to take naps and chew on bones. Bear loves to chase squirrels and chipmunks. Next up is 8th grader Ava's dog, Chewy. He is 4 years old and is very energetic. He is very dramatic and whines a lot, but his owners do really love him. This is Gravy, 8th grader and Eagle News student Fina's dog. He is 3 years old and loves to cuddle. He is very smart and friendly. This is Fina's other dog, Sausage. He's Gravy's brother. He's about 1.5. He loves to bark at the air and is very skinny compared to Gravy. Sausage is an Australian cattle dog. Now is 8th grader and Eagle News student Ella's dog, Harley. Harley is 3 years old and a chocolate lab who loves to eat socks. Next is 8th grader and Eagle News student Sophie's fish, Elmer. He is named after the glue brand and he likes to zoom very fast around his cage and eat. Now for Sophie's dogs. Their names are Benny and Lily. Benny is brown and Lily is black. They are twins and enjoy sleeping, eating, and playing outside. Now is 8th grader Nora's dog, and her name is Ruby. She is 3 years old and loves to play ball. She is also an incredible pouter when no one wants to play with her. Up is 8th grader and Eagle News student Bella's dog and her sister, who's in 6th grade, Caitlin's dog. His name is Bear, and he is a full-bred, working line German Shepherd, and he loves his home in Ohio where he likes to chew up his toys. Thanks for watching this episode of Precious Pets. Make sure to share your pets on the Hyatt's Facebook page. I'm Emily reporting for Eagle News.
Congrats to Nicole.
Mrs. Sloan is getting 10 extra trivia points for complimenting my fabulous Dory mug. What else can you compliment, Eagles? Here in Eagle News, we love seeing all the pets around the Hyatt's community. Now let's head over to Fina in the Family Feud Trivia Center.
Thanks, Addie. It's trivia time. Congrats to Mr. Nikolowski, Diekman, and Vogue. They got double points yesterday for the later show. Here's today's question. Name something that people love to give away the end to. Again, name something that people love to give away the end to. Now let's head back to Addie.
The teleprompter's frozen.
Did we lose the teleprompter? We're
Yep.
live. We're live.
Okay, thanks, Vina.
Okay. We have paper backup, everybody.
Okay.
We're good. All right. You need another one?
Yes, I need another.
All right. There you go.
Thanks.
Thanks, Vina. Remember to answer the trivia question. Now, on to the latest episode of 14 Qs with Haley, Avery, and Alexis and their fantastic guest, a terrific science teacher in the 8th grade hallway, Mr. Turner.
What college did you go to?
Oh boy, which time? So I graduated high school in 1988. I went to Temple University in Philadelphia for 1 year where I wrestled. And then they canceled their wrestling program, so I transferred my scholarship to UCLA, where I graduated with my bachelor's in sociology. And then I did my master's in sociology at Cal State Northridge. And then I went to Capital for my bachelor's in education. And then I did my master's and my doctorate at Walden.
What's your favorite thing about Hyatt's?
My favorite thing about Hyatt's, do I have to have one? Because I would say the students first and then how close it is to my house so I don't have to drive very far.
Give us 3 yummy fruits.
Apples. Cosmic Crisp apples are the best. And then, do I have to go 3 different fruits? Because I also...
Yes, you have
Okay.
3 different yummy fruits.
A pluot.
What's a pluot?
A pluot is a cross between a plum and a nectarine. It's really good. It's amazing. They call them dinosaur eggs. When the spring comes, I'll have to bring some in for you. You got to try these.
Okay, one more.
And then a mango.
I thought you were going to say some GMO fruit, but another one. Okay, what's your opinion on Amazon Alexa?
I don't like her.
Why?
I feel like she's always eavesdropping and recording what I'm saying. Go ahead.
Do you have any pets? If so, how many?
I do. I have 2 dogs. I have a 82-pound pit bull named Brutus, and I have a Maltese Shon named Bella, and she's like 8 pounds.
What's your favorite sport to watch and play?
Oh, my favorite sport to watch. I love to watch football. I'm a huge Buckeye fan, so I love to watch the Buckeyes play. And then favorite sport to play. I'm getting old. Things start to break. I'm gonna be honest. So I guess cycling is what I do the most now because it's safe. Given instructions to turn. Yeah.
What's your latest favorite TV show?
My latest favorite TV show. I don't watch enough TV. Geez, what are we watching? Kate and Alexa with my daughter, I think is what we're watching. Alexa and Katie. Yeah, Alexa and Katie.
What's your opinion on garden gnomes?
I don't like them.
So why is that?
This right here is how I feel about garden gnomes. They freak me out. They're always watching me. They show up when you don't expect them. They jump out from behind the flowers. They scare me.
What's your favorite part about teaching earth science?
I think it's fascinating the amount of power that Mother Nature has. Earthquakes and volcanoes. I think that's just amazing. And then just the fact that the surface of our planet's moving around. I think it's cool. And I just want everybody else to think so too, but I know that's not the way it works. Yeah.
When is your birthday?
August 29th.
Do you like to read? If so, what's your favorite book?
I do like to read. I enjoy reading. I like anything science fiction, fantasy. I don't want to live in the real world. I do that every day.
What's your Starbucks order?
Oh, my Starbucks order? A grande caramel macchiato with an extra shot of espresso and a little extra caramel.
What quote do you live by?
What quote do I live by? I guess my new one is be intentional, be purposeful. I don't know who said it, but I read it somewhere. So that's kind of, I think, my new mantra is to do everything with purpose and intent. Doesn't always work, I'll be honest.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for that marvelous 14 questions.
Now let's Charlotte, we need to shout out another advisory.
Right.
So Mrs. Slesser complimented the fact that we have a backup plan when things go wrong. So that's 20 extra points for her. But since she's an 8th grade advisory, she gets 3 times the points. So Mrs. Slesser's advisory has 60 trivia points.
Now let's head into this day in history with Fina.
I can't see what's the history right now, but on this day in 1836, after 13 days of sporadic fighting, the Battle of Alamo comes to a gruesome end, capping off a pivotal moment in the Texas Revolution. Mexican forces were victorious in recapturing the fort, and nearly all of the roughly 200 Texan defenders, including the legendary frontiersman Davy Crockett, died. On a lighter note, in 1475, one of the greatest artists of the Renaissance, Michelangelo, was born. Now let's head back to the studio with Addie.
Actually, it's going to be Charlotte because we skipped one of the video reports by accident.
No.
So,
what did we do?
Now let's watch a report about the most recent choir concert here at Hyatt's.
Today's the choir concert. Let's go check it out.
All right, so we just had our February choir concert. I think the choirs did a great job. They worked hard. Everybody showed up. We didn't mess up too bad. At least no one could tell if we did. The choirs did a great job. I'm proud of each and every one of the groups.
My name's Tegan. I'm in 8th grade, and I had a solo for Homeward Bound. And I really looked forward to this concert because it was my first concert with the a cappella choir.
Maya. I'm a former Eagle News and Choir person. To go back and watch them, it feels really cool to see how I progressed. This year in high school and how it was last year and how different it is. So yeah, I just think that's cool.
I really enjoyed the concert. I did a duet and
It's going down, you'll be alright. The Underground Railroad, everybody get on board.
Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'll be the one if you want me to.
The one that I loved, and I'm saying goodbye. Say something, I'm giving up on you.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you come to our next choir concert on May 14th at 7 o'clock. Bye.
We have more extra trivia points. So Sloan gets 20 more points for saying that Mr. Meta and Eagle News are the best. And Vogue gets 15 extra points for wearing a University of Dayton sweatshirt.
Go Flyers!
And that video was awesome. Now, hey Charlotte, do you know what we're having for lunch today?
I don't, but let's go ask Mrs. Carr in the kitchen.
Today for lunch we're having a Philly cheesesteak sub. We have nacho bites. It's pizza bar day. And we're also having zucchini fries.
Okay. Alright, well, our teleprompter went out again.
Yes.
So,
The teleprompter went out again?
Yeah, it went out again.
Okay, thanks, Mrs. Carr. Now for today's Teacher Spotlight. The fabulous teacher that earned this title this week is a 6th grade math teacher. Congrats, Mr. Burson.
Is maybe the most wonderful teacher I have ever seen. Down to 6 is the best thing that's ever happened to me as a teacher.
He's been such a great addition down here in 6th grade. He gets along with everybody great. He's easy to get along with. All the students love him. So Mr. Burson's just been awesome this year. It's great having him down here in 6th grade.
Not only is he loud like me, he's got a great sense of humor. We have daily meetings. Mr. Benish and him and I, we get along great.
Mr. Burson is a very strong and very muscular individual.
The fact that I'm being so nice to him has nothing to do with the fact that he's got muscles that are bigger than my entire body. I don't know how he's so strong, but he is an unbelievably strong and intelligent and very handsome young man. That guy has maybe saved my teaching career because the fact that he came down has made me want to teach another 30 years. He is that wonderful. Mr. Burson, I could not be more happy that you are teaching here at Hyatt's and in 6th grade, and the fact that you came down from 8th grade, like I said, has meant the world to me and has really, really made me a better man and a better teacher. Thank you very much for everything. You are, for sure, the best part of my teaching career I've ever experienced.
So Osborne gets 5 points for complimenting 8th grade. Is that what it is?
Yeah, and it's 15 now.
Complimenting 8th grade advisories.
Okay, and since it's an 8th grade advisory, she gets 3 times the points, so Osborne has 15 more trivia points, and Diekman gets 10 extra points for complimenting Charlotte, Fina, and I.
Nice. We here in Eagle News are proud to say that Mr. Burson is part of the Hyatt's community. Now please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now onto our award-winning segment, Earth Week. Today, Natalie decided to teach us all about bird migrations.
Welcome to this segment of Earth Week. Today we are going to be talking about bird migration. The most comprehensive studies of the North American bird observation show that at least one winged species have conducted its spring migration earlier and earlier over the past 50 years. The black-throated blue warbler was chosen for this study because its movements have been the most accurately documented. Writing in the journal Ornithological Advances, researcher Christian Covino and her colleagues from Loyola species passed by key monitoring locations one day earlier each decade they did 50 years ago. And while the timing of the fall migration peak hasn't changed, Covino says the autumnal migration southward now takes longer than it did 5 decades ago. Bye, Eagles. I hope you enjoyed this segment of Earth Week.
Hello, everybody. We gotta dip down a little bit. Frau. Hey, everybody. We got a live guest today, Mrs. or Frau. I'm sorry.
Dad.
Here's Frau. Frau gets 200 points for updating our flowers. What do you think, audience?
Danke.
How do you say thank you in German?
Danke.
All right. Thanks, Frau.
You're welcome.
All right.
My pleasure.
Okay.
Wiedersehen. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Frau. Now, thanks, Natalie, for that very well done episode of Earth Week. Now let's head over to Fina with the Eagle News weather station.
Thanks, Addie. Today in Powell, Ohio, it will be a pretty yucky day with a mix of snow and rain. Today's high is 39 and the low of 36. It is significantly colder today than it has been the rest of the week. The weekend looks way nicer with a little bit of clouds but mostly sun. The temperature goes back higher for this weekend. Now let's head back to Addie in the Eagle News studio.
Thanks, Fina, for that great weather report. And before we get to our first video spotlight, we want to give out more points. So Sloan gets 1 extra point for being a Browns fan but saying "Go Steelers." So that one's for you, son. Now for our first video spotlight.
Our world is a crazy place with things always happening, and our job here in Eagle News is to inform you about these major events. So let's check out this current event video.
Hey Eagles, I hope you're all having a wonderful day so far.
We're going to share some current events with you, and we hope you enjoy and learn something new. Let's go. At a British hospital, a patient named Dagmar Turner, who was 53 years old, had to get a brain tumor removed. However, she faced a problem. If they removed the tumor regularly, she would lose her ability to remember how to play the violin, which was her passion. She had been playing for 43 years. The doctors had her do the unimaginable. She played the instrument through the surgery so it didn't have any damage to her violin skills. This was the first time the surgeon had a patient play an instrument during surgery. However, they managed to remove 90% of the tumor. Now on to Fina to learn about another topic.
Thanks, Ella. Our next current event is a story about tree loss in the U.S. It has taken a drastic turn recently. Over 26 million trees have been killed so far due to heat waves in the United States.
If we continue on this path, cities will become warmer, more polluted, and generally more unhealthy for the inhabitants, said David Nowak, a senior U.S. Forest Service scientist and co-author of the study. This could be a serious issue for the future of our country. Now let's talk about some ways to prevent tree loss. First and foremost, protect what you have. Care for your property and keep your property clean. Remove dead tree limbs. Another way to protect our trees is to not remove old trees unless it is absolutely necessary. If a tree is dying, remove the old branches, not the whole tree. Now let's head back to Ella for our third current event topic.
That was a very interesting current event, Fina. We don't really talk about protecting our environment very often. For our third current event, we're going to talk about an intriguing story on something I'm sure could affect a lot of you. Do you have an Apple iPhone? Have you noticed how older generations of these iPhones are now even slower and laggy? The Apple company is actually in a lawsuit over this issue currently. They're being sued $500 million over the problem, totaling a minimum of $310 million and a maximum of $500 million. Apple receives a global backlash over this issue, and the lawsuit is subject to approval by a judge on April 3rd of this year. Now let's head over to Fina for one last current event.
Wow, Ella, I hadn't heard about that lawsuit. Thanks for sharing. Our final current event video takes place in East Africa. They are suffering from their worst form of locust 5 years. That's disgusting. This invasion poses a major threat to food security there. In Kenya, they are suffering from their worst outbreak of locusts in 70 years. Oh my god. The government is spending $5 million to manage the swarms and prevent spreading. Irregular weather and climate conditions near the end of 2019 are thought to have contributed to this outbreak, but we will continue to be updated. Thank you so much for watching our current event video, even though it might have been a little, maybe a lot disgusting about the locusts.
Other Eagle News students will continue to keep us updated with current events.
We'll see you next time. Have a fantastic day. I'm Fina.
And I'm Ella.
Bye!
We have more trivia updates. So Nicolosi gets 30 points for saying that Eagle News is the best part of his day. Schlesinger gets 90 points. Well, it's actually 30, but times 3 for saying Go Steelers first. And Vols gets 35 points for saying that we adapt to issues well.
Yes, that is all for today's show, but we want to end off today with a special quote to lead you into a wonderful weekend.
You must be the change you wish to see in the world. My name is Addie.
And my name is Charlotte.
And my name is Fina. Remember to submit your Inklings writing competition pieces to Mrs. Wolf before 2:45 p.m.
Have a great weekend!